Hey yo, what's good? Check it out. Check it out. We got the computer station right now. Welcome to Camp Embarklife. It's your boy Embarklife. This is where I camp out at. All right, I'm drawing down the layers for some tote baggies. This is gonna be a vinyl cutter stencil printmaking jobbo right here. Project, an art project. That's what it is. Check it out. This is what we making right now. This is what we putting on right now. Got this Derpy cat with the crow bird, and I got a triple Labubu boo. There's three of them. Check it out. I got this artwork file. All right, so I got regions for how I want to set up the pieces of the stencil. This is it's kind of a mess, but everything looked very unofficial when you're building out artwork files. Like this for me, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was sending this out, like all my stuff would be perfecto organized. So we got stencil layer 1, and we're gonna be 3 colors spot, and then 3 separate colors, and then a final black outline. That's what we're working with. This classic graffiti writing style right here. Throwie style, that's what we got going on. All right, so I'm gonna save out these layers of these individual vector files. You gotta think exactly what you want these stencil layers to look like when you handle them, like in your hand. Like you gotta imagine. All these layers are gonna be registered to a square. So you can see I got a square drawn up in there. You have corner to corner, edge to edge registration is what we're gonna do, make everything line up. All right, so we gotta boot up the cricut cutter robot, the robot cutters, the cricut maker. This is the first one. It's still doing work right now. I nabbed this cutter, this robot off of a signage jobbo I had. It was a corporate event. Cutter Roboto bought itself for the jobbo. That's what it did. The job that I needed it for, paid for it. So that's how it's tight actually. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta do more work. I gotta do bigger jobs. I gotta do bigger toys. That's what I gotta do. I like to keep a bar light on the cutter side, because shine the light across the vinyl surface, while it's being cut, so you can look at it. Like when I was growing up, I'd be cutting all these stencils by hand. That's what I'd be doing. Exacto number 11 blade, number 24 blade. Do that all day. So I would do that. Like I started doing this when I was 10 years old. Did that all the way through design school. That's what I did. This is gonna be like DIY art student style. That's what we're doing. Putting images on substrate. That's what it is. All right, check it out. This is the registration square. I'm tripping. This was supposed to be 11 inches square. I put on there 11.5, but it's not. I'm doing 11-inch square. So everything gonna be placed inside the limit of the square. Feel me? So I'm gonna get the stencil layers corner to corner, edge to edge. Keep it simple. I'm gonna start cutting the vinyl stencils. So most printmaking is like all about the setup. If you send print files to a print that do like offset printing or lithography or whatever, the person there's gonna handle your file and then have to prep it for print. So it's the same type of thing. It's like doing a shove it on a skateboard. The trick is like already in the setup, the way you set up on the skateboard. When you pop it, you don't really input on the skate after you pop it. You know what I'm saying? You just set up, send it, you catch it, send it to print. That's what you gotta do. So I'm gonna weed out the vinyl stencil. So this actually takes some attention. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the cutter for the cutting, but you still gotta separate the negative and the positive pieces. Speed up when you can, but you gotta slow down when you have to. That's an art lesson. That's an actual life lesson right there. Anytime I get nice cuts not used for the print, like I don't want to waste the vinyl, so I spend the vinyl. That's what I do. Just be doing things. I just be doing things. I don't even know. Putting images on substrate, pretty much like one of my first obsessions for real. Like outside of like being able to draw, being able to reproduce the image on another surface, that's hella tight to me. Hella exciting. All right, for sure. Now I'm gonna hit up this outline. So this is gonna be the top of the throwie. Basically got this Derpy's cat out here, the outline. So this layer gonna take a little minute actually, because it's got a lot more intricate cuts than the fill layers. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, I would be cutting all this by hand, and this would be like, I'm gonna pack this up and I'm gonna cut this at school type thing. This is gonna take a while. This would be like a pop out straight after school with this type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, this is still me being 13 basically. I'm still out here. This time I just got a robot. That's what I do, a robot cutter. That's what I do. That's what I be doing. Now I'm gonna weed out this Derpo cat outline layer. When I was doing this, I was like, I should have drawn this out with some cuts in these larger portions to make them more like manageable, smaller segments to lift them out. So if I ruin this one, I might have to cut it out again. But if I would do it again, I would build in some cuts. Also, this Derpy cat is from an animated musical called Korean Pop Demon Hunters. That's what it is. Like I don't know nothing about it. Like I heard some of the songs. Like my baby children, they like some of the songs though. The songs are alright actually. I like it. I like some of them. Like if you know your demonology and your theology, some of the lyrics kind of Bible accurate actually. So That's a trip. Hey, that came out clean though. I did it. All right, so I gotta do the transfer tape time. I'm gonna trim these down to the edge. So no margin. All my spacing is already built into the registration square. You know what I'm saying? So all the placements are already built in. Cut off all the extra pieces that I don't even want to look at. If I don't need it, I don't even want to look at it. That's how I see it. That's an art lesson. That's an actual life lesson. You gotta cut it out. That's what you gotta do. Also, this is gonna be a voiceover vloggo. This was like a straight up 16-hour jobbo, turnaround, emergency mode with some fatherhood time in between. Like, I did not have the mind powers to talk to the camera during the process. That's my bad. That's my bad. All right, now I'm gonna draw these Labubu boo-boos. This one gonna be a repetition type layout. You know what I'm saying, this one gonna be 3 different colors of the same thing, throwie style, just blah blah blah. That's what I'm gonna do. So anyways, none of this is my artwork. So this is just a gifty gifto for someone. So when you do this type of thing, you gotta use your tracing powers. That's what it is. Now, I'm gonna trace it down because this way I can control stroke thickness and I can control like all the anchor points in the Bezier curve. And the Bezier right here, we got this. It's actually called Bezier, but I'm gonna call it the Bezier curve. Put the anchors exactly where I want them. Very little anchor points. Make the math very easy for the cricut cutter robot. You don't want to make the robot think too hard. I don't throw math all willy-nilly at my cutter. That's what I be doing. Like, I demand a lot from my cutter, but I'm a kind robot master. That's what it is. Send it clean math. That's what it is. That's what I be doing. All right, so we cut out the Labubu Boo Bobo stencil right here. Like, I don't know nothing about Labubu. I just be printing these. This was by request. So I just like making gifts. That's what it is. This is the act of doing artwork. That's what we be doing. Just keep your mind very elastic. This is graphic design, artwork, printing, and trimming, elastic mind. That's what it is, an exercise. So I'm gonna weed out these layers. There's gonna be outline layers separated so I can handle each outline layer individual style. So if one of these Labubus gets broke off, I can just replace it like a puzzle. That's what I'm gonna do. Boom. You gotta always inspect your stencils before you apply the transfer tape. You don't want no little bits and pieces up in there that you don't want up in there. Hey, look how look clean though. All right, for sure. The first half of all the artwork is done, so now we gotta clean the printing area. Gotta prep the substrate. So I got these tote baggies. So I gotta trap the registration square. When you setting up this time, you're trying to take out all the risk. Because when you pop out with the paint, now you got active paint, and then you got places that you don't want paint to go. Try not to have any stains, but if I see a stain, then we have to problem solve. All right, so we got the first layer, multiple colors for the base of the artwork. Graff writing, throwie style. Boom. So you can see the blot with the color right there. I use the car wash sponge right here. I dab it with the SpongeBob. That's what I did. Got to cover the canvas. So this is just one-time print. If I was doing multiple prints, I would hit this with a screen print. And you can still use a robot cutter, vinyl stencil on a screen. Something I've done on my channel. You watch my channel, you see me do that before. The second layer for the Derpy cat. I'm gonna leave the layer 1 stencil on the Labubu. I can already see that it didn't bleed. I'm gonna let it just sit. I'm gonna trap the layer 2 stencil. I'm gonna mix the light blue paint and I'm gonna draw it down. This is the Liquitex acrylic opaque flexible style. I'm gonna dab the light blue. When you dab it, you want to push it straight in. You don't want to smudge it around because you might lift the stencil. You feel me? So you build it up, cover the first layer, you press it into the fibers. There's drawing pads inside the tote baggies to keep the paint from staining the other side of the baggie. It's like printing t-shirts. You got to get something on in between. So I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun. Then I'm gonna release the stencil, release the trap. Boom, it came out with clean actually. So now you hit it with the heat gun again because you got the edges to dry. You gotta get the edges to dry out. You gotta do. All right, now we're gonna hit up layer number 3. Check out that offset overlap. You know, with most things with multi-layer printing, we're gonna have to build out the graphics with a little bit of tolerance. We got wiggle room to make sure all the solid colors fill out the space that's gonna be underneath the final outline layer. You feel me? So now I'm gonna release the red layer from the trap. Took the top portion off this stencil. That's a big enough scrap for me to save for a future project. Try not to waste that. So you can see I chopped down the stencil right there. There was no information up there. So I got the layer 4 stencil trapped up. It's gonna be the Derpy eyeballs right up in here. Homie dilated. Homie got dilated right there. So this is just gonna be a quick dab. Build it up opaque. Hit it with the heat. Now I'm gonna remove the vinyl stencils from both the baggies, because then we're gonna hit it with the final outline layer. That's what we're gonna do. Boom. Both fills pretty thick actually. They're bonked out. They're very opaque. I can see it. All right, now we back on a Labubu tote right here. Apply the 3-piece final layer, vinyl stencil, outline. So we got register from corner to corner, edge to edge. Okay, you gotta do this in parts in case you run into some problems. You can make it easier for yourselves. You gotta do. If I was trying to lay all 3 of these down in one vinyl, then one might be registered, but the other ones might not be registered. This is a flexible, soft surface that we're printing on right now. Check it out though. All right, so we got the final layer outline stencil. Got the Labubu Boo. You can see the tolerances that we talking about. Tote baggies are soft and they're flexible. 3 separate parts that you handle each one without the others kind of throwing off the registration. I'm gonna trap the edges. I'm gonna cover the seams. I'm gonna hit it with the black paint. You still gotta build it up. Even though it's black, it's show up on top. You gotta dab it to get the paint to meet the edges of the stencil. That's you want crisp lines. You gotta do. You got hard edges for the outline. So you blot. You got the fibers. You gotta put it in the fibers so you can see the canvas weave texture. That's what you gotta do. Hit it with the heat outline layer stencil. It has a lot of floating counters. You got a lot of negative and positive pieces. So there's another reason you got the heat gun. I'm saying because you can't handle the stencil pieces until they're kind of dry to the touch. You gotta use a hook, use a little blade to lift out the small pieces. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you push too hard, you still might smudge it. It's not fully dry yet. Boom, came out pretty good actually. So you gotta inspect it. You gotta make sure you don't leave any stencil bits. That's one reason I like screen printing. This still hella tight though. Now we back on a Derpy cat outline. Derpy Derpo Derpus. This one was a challenge. I definitely should have done this outline layer in multiple pieces like the Labubu Boo Boo one. I was asking a lot of myself to put this on top to bottom without having any of it get off register, but it came out all right. At this point, I was actually kind of curious to see if I could do it. That's just the process. These are gifts. This is not a product jobbo. This is more like a exercise. I'm supposed to be printing my own artwork. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm just kind of lazy. You know, I like to draw. I like to make the designs, getting myself to make all the pieces and print. If a gifto projecto land on my desk, that's something that's gonna make me not lazy. That's what it is. So I'm inspect the print after every layer, especially the more colors deep you go. So I've never sent out no jobbos with stencil bits on them, but I still be like finding pieces after like 2nd, 3rd, 4th inspections. You always gotta do double, triple check everything. You gotta take a step back and look at the details, because if something looks off, then you gotta fix it. All right, now we're gonna remove the registration trap. Boom, I did it. Came out kind of clean actually. That came out tight for sure. What? Anyways, this is just some behind the curtains type video. You know what I'm saying? Some printmaking. This is actually. You ever wonder what graphic designers nerd out about? Graphic designers nerd out about this type of stuff. All right, so now we gotta hit this with some more heat. You gotta let these layers dry. You need to do a super final inspection. That's what I be talking about. So you can see some offset misregistered on the Derpy Derpus outline layer as it moves up to the crow bird, but it still came out clean. I still think it came out pretty clean. I'm impressed. I like it. All right, so now we gotta remove the drawing pads from the inside of the baggie. The baggie bago, let it drape free. All right, for real, you gotta always double, triple check your final print. Make sure you don't forget any stencil bits. Hey, all right, for sure. Anyways, let me know what you want to see me print next. We'll see what's good. See what's good though. There you go. Forgot those last little teethuses right there. Now I got the teeth. You see the teethuses up in there. Almost forgot. That was sick.